We have Coach Romar, Isaiah Thomas, and Justin Holliday with us for the post-game press conference. Justin Holliday had 11 points, 7 rebounds. Isaiah Thomas had 13 points and 2 rebounds. Coach Romar, opening remarks.
We got to give Kentucky a lot of credit. I thought that they were really disciplined offensively and did what was necessary to get the ball to those that they wanted to get the ball to. Brandon Knight obviously had a very good offensive game for them. Terrence Jones did a good job on the backboards. Harrison did a really nice job for them with 14 rebounds, 7 of those on the offensive glass. So you got to give them a lot of credit. They out-rebounded us, and they were more disciplined than we were. And I think in those 2 areas that made the difference in the outcome.
Lorenzo, what factors played into that, do you think, where you didn't have that up and down 107 points a game kind of game?
Well, they only had 15 turnovers, so we weren't able to just impose our will on them defensively. Then when we did get them to miss, they were able to get an offensive rebound sometimes and put it back in there. They shot 17% from the 3 and under 40% from the floor. So we did okay defensively. But without us getting them to turn the basketball over, we didn't get as many runouts. And there were times we did get runouts where we didn't convert. We either turned it over ourselves or missed the layup. So we just missed out on some opportunities that we had over there that we didn't convert.
Coach, it was with about 6.5 minutes to play. There was a 4.7 earthquake off of South Maui. Did you guys notice it at all? You know, for coach or the players?
I did. I felt the ground shaking and the rims was moving. I didn't know if there was an earthquake though. But
Did you really?
yeah. You see it. The rim was moving, like the hoop was moving.
Harrelson falling. Harrelson felt it falling.
Yeah. Seemed like sometimes the rim was moving anyway. We couldn't make shots.
I felt it.
Isaiah, could you talk about Brandon Knight and the way he played against you and what kind of player he is?
He's a solid player. You got it going for him early, even though he's in foul trouble, but he's a good player. I played against him before in high school, so he played a good game.
Justin, could you talk a little bit about just the feel? I mean, it sounded like a loud gym. Did it feel sort of more like an NCAA tournament than a holiday tournament? And was there anything on the court about the whole, Terrence Jones thing that we talked about so much in advance?
I mean, the feel is, what we've been looking for when we play for it. To have a big crowd like that, and it's a type of NCAA, tournament feel. But as far as anything going on between Terrence and we just out there to play, try to win the game. It didn't matter who was in front of us. All we wanted to do was win.
Coach Chris Fetter, Sports Washington. Could you talk a little bit about starting Justin on Terrence Jones and kind of your philosophy on what you wanted to do with Terrence tonight?
Terrence really exploits the mismatches that he has in a lot of games because the way they're playing, with them being able to dribble the ball outside with him, he'll have a bigger guy on him, and it's been difficult for teams to contain him on the drive. And we felt if Justin started on him, he'd do a better job of keeping him from just driving. And I thought Justin did a really good job of that. I thought as a team we did a pretty good job of that. Terrence is a good basketball player. He got 17 rebounds. He found a way to contribute to his team.
We have time for one more question. Jerry?
Lorenzo, I just wonder, I don't mean this derogatory, but was Harrelson something of a surprise, a guy that he really hadn't done as much as he did tonight?
Harrelson took advantage of the opportunities of not being boxed out. Some don't get boxed out and they don't know how to go get the ball. Well, he took advantage of it. He hit a big 3 for them, I thought, but aside from that, they got in the paint with dribble penetration. We come over and help. That left him free because we didn't rotate well enough to box him out. That left him free on the backboard a lot of times. But he did. He played a good game. It wasn't a situation where they were throwing the ball to him on the block and we couldn't stop it. He just put himself in the right place at the right time, and took advantage again of some of our defensive miscues.
Thank you very much, Coach. Thanks, team. Coach Calipari, opening remarks.
Well, for us, there's nothing better, especially with a young team, to shoot 39%, 17% from the foul line, have double the turnovers than assists, and still win the game. It's lovely. It's lovely. And so we played how we had to play with foul trouble in the first half, which is, I'm stunned we were down 1. And guys fought like crazy, and I thought we had some great individual performances, yet our team is not there yet. We got a little selfish today. You know, defensively at the end, I mean, it was just like layup, and foul. We left the huddle, don't foul, we foul. But that's what happens with young guys. But what I did like is we made the 4 free throws that we had to finish the game. Those balls went down, and that means we have a will to win, and it's beginning to happen.
How much did you guys want to make them get into some half court and not let them get going up and down? And then secondly, could you just talk about what Josh gave you on the board?
It wasn't just what he did on the boards, it's what he did in pick and roll defense. Because everybody thinks that's our Achilles heel, and he proved today that it's not our Achilles heel. And the only guy that was getting beat were our guards who weren't staying connected and didn't get back to their man after the ball screen. But the way he rebounded the ball, I mean, and the way he played, Eloy came in and did pretty well, but Eloy didn't finish. So we got to get Eloy in the kind of physical condition so he's mentally tougher like Josh. How about the 3 he made? I'm going to be honest with you. He can shoot threes, probably as well as anybody we got on the team. You know, he'd be one that if we needed a 3, I would have no problem throwing it to him because they won't guard him because they don't think he can shoot it. He can really shoot it. But he had a great effort, and like I said, he was close to a double-double. And let me say this, against the top 10 team. He was almost a double-double. That's a big deal.
John, could you talk about the atmosphere and of the game, and then to the players? There was an earthquake in the second half with about 6 or 8 minutes to go. Did you notice it?
Was it an earthquake?
Yeah.
Is it like what was it on the Richter scale?
4-7.
That's nothing. But you're going to tell me it was a 7. The building would have shook a little bit. What did you even ask me? I have no idea what you just asked. What did you ask?
I asked you about the atmosphere of the game.
Oh, it was great. I mean, the Kentucky fans are, you know, it just, what happens at the hotel, I got to put my head down and run to my room. But short of that, it's great for these guys. I mean, they know they're not only playing for each other. There's a lot of people that take unbelievable pride and are invested in this program. And they're emotionally invested, and they're from all over the country. The fans here that are Kentucky fans, I'm going to guess 30% of them are from Kentucky, and the rest are from other places around the country, and they're here watching this. And I bet you I'm accurate.
Brandon, you had a tough second half yesterday. How important was it for you to bounce back and play the way you did today? What did that mean to you?
I guess it was important as far as just confidence, but the main thing was just trying to do whatever it took to get a win today. We knew they were a great team coming in, you know, averaging over 100 points scoring, but, you know, we just tried to do our best to get a win. So really just about the team, just trying to make sure we got going as a unit.
Yesterday in the press conference, he said that after Terrence Jones had a big offensive game, he wanted to see how he handled some adversity, how he handled the physicality that was coming. What do you say now after watching that game?
He went bad. Now the last 3 minutes, he went haywire. I don't know where he went. I had to pull him out one time and told him to go back in, and he kind of had that glazed look. And then I was wondering, do you not think we can win this? What's wrong with you? And it was a typical, maybe he's really winded, maybe he was, you know, I don't know. But I'll say this, there were a bunch of big plays that he came up with, a bunch of second effort rebounds. Kid gets 16 rebounds and 17 points, and played pretty good, 4 blocks again. I mean, he's, you know, here's what happened in the first half. We were so depleted that we were just throwing him the ball. I know you were watching the game. We just said throw it to him here, throw it to him there, and Terrence, this is all we can do. We ran no offense. There was nothing because we had guys that didn't know the offense. Big guys that hadn't played this year out there. And that's why I said I was just happy we were in the game at halftime. But he was good.
Can you talk about the beginning of the game and getting out to the 12-point lead and what that did
was
for you
the
guys?
difference in the game, as you know, because that gave us a gap that we needed so that when we had foul trouble, it was a 1-point game instead of 12, down 12. And Washington's one of those teams, if you're down 12, that rim is like this big. And they start shooting threes, and all of a sudden you're down 25 before you can turn around. I had to call a timeout in the first 30 seconds of the game. It's 4-0, and two things that we had talked about that we weren't going to do, we did. And I'm like, wait a minute, whoa. And we got a lot of play out of the timeout, and then came back from there. But the beginning of the game, we knew this was going to be, two teams, talented teams, going at one another, and you could not back down. If they push, you push back. You cannot back down. Let them know this is going to be a hard game. This is not going to be you running through somebody. And that's all we were talking about. They were so well coached. They know where to go with it. They made the plays. Isaiah he missed some shots, but he made the plays at the end to keep them in it and give them a chance to win. And we know this. In transition, they're maybe the best team in the country. I know for a fact in the Pac-10 the last 10 years, they're the best offensive rebounding team, maybe 8 years in a row. They're it. And you better keep them off the glass, and you better get back in transition. And now they got post play, they got three-point shooters, they got 2 point guards. They're like Noah's Ark. They got a couple of everything. And I think they're going to be fine. And we were fortunate, to be honest with you, to get where we were and sneak out. And we made free throws. That's what got us.
Josh, can you talk about your last month? What it's been like from where you were to now, and what this game sort of, with the 34 minutes, etc.
It feels like I'm a totally different person all around. I'm more confident going into the game. I know I can be there for my teammates when they need me. I don't have to come out every 2 trips on the floor. I can actually stay in and play, and I just feel like more energetic and more athletic out there.
Coach, would you please just comment on Connecticut, what you see from them, what you expect from the matchup tomorrow?
With Connecticut, I'm going to be honest with you. I know Kimba. I told Jim after the game, I looked at Kimba, and I said, he's really good. And when I was, and we I wasn't sure, and big mistake. And I told Kimba when we played against him in New York, normally I can see something and I say, yes, let's go with it. This is the guy. And I missed it in him. And I knew it last year. I told him in the warm-up line, I said, hey, I missed on you. And no question I missed on you. But they also, Roscoe's playing well as a freshman. Really surprising how well. Not that I didn't think he was any good. It's hard for these guys as freshmen to play well. They got other athletes, and Jim's doing great stuff in pick and roll. I told him after the game, what he's doing is he's putting Kimba in the best position Kimba can be in to run their team. That's what he's doing. They can run all kind of different things, but that's why he's a Hall of Fame coach. He's looking at it saying, I got Kimba, he's my best player. What position do I put him in to help him so that he can win games for us? And that's what he's doing. He's putting him in pick and rolls. He's putting him in isolations. He's taking him down to the baseline to run him off screens. He's doing, Kimba's really good, but they also got size. They're big, they're long. They're good. That was a great game today. I sat there and the only thing I didn't want was overtime. But I was watching it upstairs and I'm like, wow, back and forth and making free throws. And then Kimba shot, it went in. I'm like, geez, this guy. It'll be a hard game for us. Really hard game. But you know what? For us at this point, we're in the championship. We're going to get some rest tonight. I may wait till tomorrow to even talk about Connecticut, just based on the fact that these guys got to be exhausted. And again, if I watch tape and I get panicked, I'll probably call them about 9 o'clock and say, let's get here, watch some tape. But I'll watch our game first, then I'll watch some Connecticut tape tonight. Thanks, folks.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. Thanks, players. Kentucky advances to the championship game tomorrow at 5 p.m.
That's it.